Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody is wonderfully well this morning. So I hope you're having a great morning so far. All right. Um, Focusing on what matters, that you're getting up from your bed or from your couch, reading the Bible, talking about, how how God is good all the time. You know, He listens to us, to our prayers, when we, you know, when He responds, So I thank God for, for keeping my body moving every day, that, you know, that he's that that he's gonna take you on your next journey. All right. But yeah, you know. So the second thing is this. I listen to some music. You know, listen to some songs that I really enjoy, about, like salsa, bachata, Latin. You know, all kinds of other stuff. So one of because one of my my favorite you know singers are like J Lo, because so she debuted her album, since 1999, 1999, before the early 2000s, so uh and I literally, listen to the lyrics about what she is saying. Yeah, because it takes a while for me to, to study the lyrics, so I can hardly remember those words that she really hears, and yeah, and that's what puts me in a better mood so far, okay. And the second, my favorite singer, was Selena. um you know I was I was also studying the lyrics of Selena, because you know because she almost passed away about over 30 years ago, because so she was a beautiful singer, um that and I pretty much remember everything that I listened to. So music, you know you know listening some good words I could never ever forget, All right. And so what so and yeah, so the bad thing is about that, I don't even, listen to rap music anymore because I just stopped listening to it, because they are using bad languages that that they weren't supposed to listen to, okay. So but yeah, so uh another another favorite salsa singer is Mr. Elvis Crespo, Mark Anthony. So they have debuted their merengue salsa album since the upper 90s, but there were, because these guys are just totally amazing salsa singers, that I listened to Mark Anthony's music all my entire life, you know so how could I ever not to forget to not to study those lyrics so far, okay. And yeah, and that definitely puts me in in a happy situation here, and every day, because every single week before I come to work, I listen to salsa music, putting me in the happiest mood of all time, that I wouldn't never. I was at it, and I thought to myself, you know what? I would never ever forget that. You know, seeing myself all happy. You know, seeing these amazing singers that I could literally listen to. You know, but so and yeah, you just gotta keep keep showing some dancing moves, dance all around, and that's what really matters the most here, so. And yeah, that's what I'm trying to, focusing on myself, doing what I have to do, taking taking healthily care of myself, you know just and live in a happy life, all right. um and yeah, so because but by the time I get off from work, my ride picks me up, you know and I finally started listening to my favorite salsa merengue songs, album, I joyfully, listening, while we were sitting on the car, trying to, get our minds active, for the rest of our day. Okay. And and yes, so I listened to one of the, I listened to one of the most classic songs that I had never done, that something that I have not listened to in a long time. So the 70s music, uh you know the one of my favorite 70s songs is the Bee Gees, because they were, because these guys are just totally amazing singers, but unfortunately, they have passed away long time ago due to their health issues, and so far I just studied the lyrics at all, and I just don't, and I could hardly remember like listening to some, discos, classic rock, you know it's all, it doesn't mean that, it's not going to be taken away for good. You know it won't, music it's is going to is going to continuously to live on, you know okay. And um and I asked myself, how would I really feel, if I listen to salsa merengue songs, and I'm like, you know what, that was like that was like totally amazing with that, so. And and last but not least, so Donna's summer 14th anniversary coming in May. She passed away about 14 years ago due to her health issues also, that she, like she was the queen of our star, and I had listened, I listened to Donna's summer songs like bunches of times, and I'm like, and I'm like, before we go to our cousin's house for the holidays, um you know I enjoyably, having having to show some dance moves, because I didn't even know if I want to do the karaoke or not, but that was a long time ago, you know so I can't wait to do the karaoke until the holidays come. you know it's it's just too far ways out, so we'll see what happens though. All right, guys. Yes, reading a book, that really puts me in a quiet mood this afternoon. you know if I could read some of the information, in my iPad, that would be really good for me to you know, read all the information about it, you know, read some books about it, you know, talk about it, you know, in the story, you know. So that's gonna that will definitely put me in a calmer place, you know. So there is no, so you will not be too disturbed from anybody. So you'll be all right. All right, guys. That is it for today. Um, thank you so much for that. Um, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel so you can share your videos with everyone. All right. And thank you, and more, and most importantly, thank you so much for those excellent comments. I appreciate the love and support. So I'll be forever grateful, you know, no matter what the situations are. I'm willing to, you know, get back on track so we can work this out. No matter what it is, you know, let's just focus on our job for what, let's just focus what matters on our job, so we can make everybody happy to provide excellent customer service skills. All right. So I hope you all have an amazing day. God bless you. Stay on a positive note. Remember, focusing with what matters makes you the most, and you'll be meeting new people coming soon. Especially the right person is coming soon. But you know, I have not find one yet. Okay. So take care of yourselves. God bless y'all. And remember, be yourself. Don't be like anybody. Okay. So keep, you know, keep rocking with me, and I'll keep rocking with you like that. All right. So have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and much peace and love to everyone. All right. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day.